All right, we got some cylinder heads today that we're going to talk about. 3S GTE stuff as well. Many know we specialize in that motor a lot. We've been drag racing it for a long time. We have a new project coming up that's going to be all about 3S, where we really plan to develop the motor a lot further. We have a lot of new great ideas and going to be competing in a lot of the import racing stuff. So that's coming. Be patient. Cars coming, a lot of things there that we're not talking about too much right now, but it's going to be good once it pops up. But here I wanted to give you guys a little breakdown of two of the probably the most popular 3S heads that are out there. You got your second gen here. This is that new core we put together. Customer brought us. Crazy, this thing looks great. He had some Ferrea valves already, so we installed all them. Intake and exhaust. We put some GSC valve springs in it as well that he brought to us also. We did a small port, nothing crazy. We did a pocket port in it. Wake it up, you know, get rid of all the casting flaws. Open up the bowl areas a little bit. See that there? Came out nice. Looks good. Should definitely wake it up some, and get to see all the valve train in it. It's got the beehive spring, so it's got the smaller valve spring in there with the smaller retainer. So brand new core. Look at that, nice and shiny. Thing is beautiful. So wanted to make a quick video just showing you guys the difference between this and the third gen, which I know a lot of guys run. Let's lay it over now. So look at the exhaust port, another clean up there as well. All right, so two of your most popular builds. Your Gen 2 has the 31mm lifter, so you can use the shimless lifters if you want. Best way to go. That's what's going in here. All the numbers that are here. Customer, I told him, I basically sized it out. He ordered all the lifters and he'll install it once he comes to pick up the head. So there's your Gen 2 again, and now your Gen 3. This is one we're working on. This is getting a full port, so knock the guides out. It's gonna have bronze guides, intake and exhaust ports getting fully redone, and give you a better look at the intake port. And this is your biggest difference between Gen 2 and Gen 3. The mouth of the port isn't as big as the Gen 2, but Gen 2 has that taper down, which that bottleneck, I don't know why. Toyota does these things sometimes, and I just don't get why they do it, but they do. And same 31mm lifter there. This is going to have all Brian Crower stuff, so it'll have Brian Crower 272s, Brian Crower springs and retainers as well, which should be enough. This is actually going... It's going to be paired with that 95mm stroker setup that we're doing. So I'll show you guys the exhaust now. So one of the biggest difference with the third gen exhaust port is it's actually about, I want to say 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch lower. So you got your second gen exhaust port, which is actually higher. See all the material underneath the port there? As far as height from your deck to your bottom of your port, come back to the third gen, and see it's a lot shallower, you know. So I don't know, again, I don't know why Toyota did that. Things that they do, that's weird, but they do it. So There's your 3rd gen next to your 2nd gen. Both great heads. Toyota makes a great product. We actually prefer the 1st gen head, which is on this particular setup here. And it's got a bigger intake port than your Gen 2. The biggest drawback to the Gen 1 is valve train components. But we've ran the motor for so long. We've designed and have come up with all of our own valve train parts. So I got them here on the table. And you can see what we run is a shim under. Let's see if the camera would focus. It's a shim under setup. So we make all of our own retainers and locators for the spring. Spring we do outsource from somebody, and lifters we have made as well. I mean, you can see these things are crazy. Look how polished that thing is. 28mm bucket to fit in the 1st gen head, so definitely too big there. And then again, our retainer setup. I mean, this thing is just, it's a beautiful setup. Look how tight this fits on the spring. Snap that on there for you. So look at that. So that's how that fits. And then our locator locates your outer spring and then locates the inner one also once you compress it down in there. Thick locator. We have all this calculated already as far as spring pressure. This actual spring in our drag setup in our 1st gen cylinder head runs about 140 pounds on the seat. I don't really know any manufacturer that has something that's that strong, but with the RPM we turn out of that 1st gen, we rev them 10,500. I'll put a video so you can see the motor and the burnout. And we kept going up in spring pressure, and because eventually we plan on running a lot more boost than we have in the past. So our highest boost setting a few years ago was about 60 pounds, which we plan on going more than that with the new car. So got to have that spring pressure. Without spring pressure, you're going to get in trouble with all that boost pressure. But a couple different ideas, you know, with the Starlet we used to race, exhaust system was different. We have, again, all kinds of different ideas we're going to use now with our new setup coming up, and it's going to be sweet. I can't wait to get it out and do some testing and put up some big dyno numbers so everybody can see how strong these 3S motors truly are and how reliable they are once you switch over to the dry sump stuff like I talked about in our crank video. So yeah, here's the heads again. I'll show you guys the intake ports. Here's a shot of the intake ports next to each other. Gen 3. Same head we use on Danny's MR2, but things there may change as well. I think he's going to go to our full drag Gen 1 setup. So with all of our valve train and everything like I talked about, here's that Gen 2 intake port. So the bottleneck is crazy, but again, one of the things I like about Gen 2 and Gen 1 is, like I told you regarding the exhaust port, is look at the height difference. So if I take the camera, I almost put it on the table, you can see the difference from the deck to the bottom of the port. So that's one of the things that helps the Gen 2 definitely move a lot of air is port angle. And then you come over here and you got your Gen 3 and you can see the difference. But doesn't have the bottleneck that the Gen 2 has, which again, Toyota, figure it out sometimes, guys. I don't know why you do it, but I'm assuming they have their reason. Maybe they didn't want Gen 2 turbo to make all the power and they kind of limited power with it. I don't know, just things that they do. But again, here's your Gen 2 brand new head. They're coming to get this, so I wanted to get a quick shot of it. Thing's beautiful. And your Gen 3, I'm gonna post some videos of me porting this, and hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and any comments, leave comments, guys, and what you want me to put up. I'm trying to just put content together with everything we do here. We got so much 3S stuff happening all the time. I'm going to try and put all the engine builds. I got a couple engines coming together soon. So let me know. Comment. Tell me what you want to see. And we'll get it going. Thanks. Bye.